very much for this time. We would like to begin by knowing how's the team feeling tonight?
Yeah, good. Obviously, we advance. We win the group. We get 5 points in 2 games. I think with as many guys as we have out, I'm proud of the effort. I'm proud of the fight. I'm proud of, really the last 3 games overall. Certainly there are things that I mentioned to the guys, areas we need to improve in. I thought after we scored the goal, our build-up wasn't good. We looked to keep the ball. We went backwards all the time. We didn't break lines quick enough. We didn't advance the ball up the field enough after we scored the goal. Obviously, we conceded, a goal where we're, up the field. It's a clearance. It's not a great goal. So those are certainly things that I wasn't happy with that we need to clean up. I did like our composure in the second half. I thought the subs actually, we don't have much, but I thought the guys came in and did what they needed to. Tommy gave us rhythm. Ema gave us a little bit of juice, which we had been missing in the game. And even Will made a couple little plays defensively. And Malcolm, comes in and runs around, and gets a foul. Those are little things that help. We defended set pieces really well today. I think we had like 16 we defended. So those are all moments that I'm real pleased with. And then overall, our mentality to, ride the game out, get the point, and then obviously in the penalties get another point.
Can you talk about your philosophy sort of about getting width, getting guys on the wings, and now you have on the left side really produced that goal, and it's sort of remade all new guys on the left side.
It's a great goal. That goal is a great team goal. It's like 7-8 passes, 5-6 guys involved. Everything's 1 or 2 touch, and it's great to see, out of a group that has a lot of guys that haven't played quite as much this year, and so I'm really pleased with that first goal. And I told the guys, that should give them the idea of how we need to play, every second of every game. And I thought from there we didn't carry over that type of action, the rest of the half. At times we kind of complicated it and over dribbled and. But I thought when Tommy came in, all of a sudden he gave us a little bit of rhythm, a little pause on the ball. We started moving it again and controlling the game a little bit better in that second half. But that was a great goal. And, a great assist by Jack, a good goal by Bobby.
Let's go Hayden and Seth.
With players out tonight, you have Ian Harkes in a more sort of attacking midfield role. I guess, how did you feel he filled in that role specifically, and I guess just his performance overall?
Yeah, normally I'd shape it in a 4-3-3, but we've been really comfortable kind of in this 4-2-3-1 that becomes a 4-4-2 mid block or a 4-4-2 diamond when we press on goal kicks. So I've just stuck with that shape versus changing the midfield 3 and playing with a 6 and 2 8s because I've done that a few times and it just didn't feel quite as good. So it's not a true 4-2-3-1. Obviously, Ian's not a true 10, but I think he's done a pretty good job of filling in, working really hard. He covers a lot of ground. And, you can see, again, we miss a little bit of pace for sure at times. But, yeah, it's 3 games, and I guess it's two draws and a win.
During your most successful stretch in this time, you scored a lot in the first half, a lot early on, and then today you're doing a really good job of blocking passing lanes, forcing turnovers. But then you talked about this idea of kind of letting up the gas in some way, or maybe changing the way, or whatever it might be. Why do you think that is? Because sometimes what's happening is that you're getting the early goal, and then things are changing a little bit, and you're letting the other team come in the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's football. It happens a lot. Sometimes the early goal just changes. Goals change games, conceded goals scored, depending on the timing of it, and, we have to be stronger, and do better from there. I thought like I said, we got casual and, there was a period where we went 15, 20 minutes where we, we're playing out of the back and never going anywhere, and that was my point at halftime. We need to create the 3 line. When we do, we create the 3 line to create an advantage to step in, break a line, and advance the ball up the field and get in behind the opponent. And we just didn't do that from the goal. So, yeah, I've addressed that, and we'll continue to work on it.
Okay, let's go Sam and then back to Nick.
Obviously, you didn't get the clean sheet, but Ivic had a really strong performance. I guess just you've talked about him a lot. So just what kind of, makes him such an impressive goalkeeper? Just what kind of, makes him so impactful?
Yeah, he's a really good goalkeeper. I think he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. I don't want to, when I say that, I want to put pressure on him, but I believe in the kid a lot. I think he's super talented. I've had some really good goalkeepers over the years, and he's up there with the best I've worked with. He's so good with his feet, and he's so smart in his decision making, and then one of the best shot stoppers. Just purely as a shot stopper, he's one of the best I've seen. Look at the penalty that he scores. I mean, that ball's in the corner. So I think it's just his talent, his athleticism, the way he can fly around, and then his ability with his feet. He's like a field player. So those are the things that really stand out for me. And he's just a great guy, really great guy, really good energy out of him. Works really hard, good pro.
Nick?
Yeah, Caleb, so now the next game going to be a quick turnaround on Friday. Just how are you feeling about that, especially with the squad depth where it is?
Yeah, it is what it is. How am I feeling? We got to come in tomorrow, and we got to recover and go again. That's what this tournament's about. It's a game every 3 days. So, and it's not changing. If we advance on Friday, it's 3 days later. So, it's definitely a difficult tournament in that regard, and we don't have a ton of depth. But further we go along, we might end up getting a few guys back actually, which definitely helps our chances when we start playing these Mexican teams as well. And obviously, New York City is a really good team with a lot of talent. So it'll be the most difficult opponent we've played in this tournament to date. So we'll recover. We'll assess where we're at. Obviously, Ejmir went out. I don't think it's anything major, but we'll see if he's available, and we'll see if we can get any guys back for this Friday game.
Okay, I think we could wrap up with Frank here.
Can you say that we're starting to see this team sort of how you want it to play, even though you don't have a lot of guys out there, you're getting results, and the way you're playing, maybe the mentality is getting there to where you want it to be?
Yeah, the mentality. I think you said it. In terms of the mentality, not the football. I think I am pleased with the goal. Like, that's the football we want to play, and it's great for them to be able to put together a positional attack like that. I think the pressing at times, there have been good execution on the press. I thought we had good moments, on the defensive side in terms of execution. But the mentality is what I've been mostly pleased with. And I said it from day one to these guys in the locker room, we need to have a squad. And I'm really pleased that some of the guys that haven't played as much are stepping in and getting the job done, because we weren't getting that in other games this year when we had to rotate with an injury or we had a midweek game and we rotated. We weren't getting the same level of performance. And I think the mentality that we're getting and some of the execution is definitely coming. And I'm excited, when we start to get these guys back, I think it'll all come to life.
Can I ask one more?
Sure. Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, you have the back line, you mixed up a little bit with Henry Kessler being out. You have Romney and you have Arriaga there today. Their performances. And also just curious, I'm sure you want to see him, but Tim Parker being a right-footed player, where do you see him factoring in on the back line?
Yeah, he plays a lot at left center back, and Xavi has played a lot at left center back. So I see him, playing the left center back with Xavi, or if Romney plays, then he can play the right center back. Yeah, a lot of the games I watched him play this year, he was at left center back. So, he's a leader. He's got a presence. I think he's pretty clean on the ball. Very good in the air. Scores on set pieces, and he's a solid player. But I'm sure everybody knows his contract's up at the end of the year, so we'll have a decision at the end of the year, but we can't lose on that. He's going to be motivated to perform for here or somewhere else. And at the end of the year, if we decide to sign him, we'll sign him. If not, we've got a ton of cap to get, a very good center back somewhere. We've scout the entire world to get the best center back we can.
So with that last question, We'll finish with today's press conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Coach.
See you Friday.
Thanks, everyone.